What might I have been doing there? Let's have a conversation during the social hour.
Yes.
I wanted to introduce myself briefly.
All right, come on over here, sir. Since you were there,
Very generous.
were you a
of
Peace
you.
Corps volunteer?
I'm sorry?
Were you a Peace Corps volunteer on 9/11?
I'll answer the question in a
All right.
moment.
All right. You have 5 minutes, and then we'll start.
Well,
social
thank
hour.
you. Thank you very much for the impromptu. I was at DOJ, 1986, so you and I'll have a separate conversation. Antitrust division. Yeah. Thank you all very much. I happen to love this library, as I love all libraries. I had a Fulbright grant to the subcontinent. There are several countries there. Some of them are larger than others. And I studied and taught a little bit, studied the British Empire, its decline, and the creation of 2 new countries. In 6 or 7 months, I did 6 or 7 years worth of reading, research, interviews, and so forth. So I got to know this much, but I understood it quite thoroughly. When I was in New Delhi meeting with a friend who was also a Fulbrighter, and my girlfriend, who is still my wife, he challenged me to go to Nepal and go on a trek. So thank you, Stewart of New York City. I'll leave his last name out of it for the moment. And I said, what should I do when I get there? Should I hike up the, to the base camp of Mount Everest? And he said, Loren, that's L-O-R-E-N, Loren. He said, no, I just got back from the Kali Gandaki and the Annapurna range. You have to get a Royal Nepalese trekking permit and go there. So he set a path for me. We rented backpacks, my girlfriend now and still my wife. We flew from Kathmandu to Pokhara. We got off the DC-3. It was about 6 in the morning. And we went up to a town or village that I will call now Danda, but it's mispronounced.
No,
Thank you. And the sunset that I saw that evening was beyond your imagination. You would have to be a filmmaker, a documentary filmmaker, because the vapors were rising out of the Annapurna range. And you only, as a Westerner, could think of Valhalla. Would anybody know what Valhalla is? The place of the gods in Greek mythology. So we trekked, and I will talk later, another time, if you invite me back.
Sure.
And tell some of the stories. But on the very first full day of hiking, it was a ridge line from Naudanda that I mispronounced to Biratanti. And my backpack weighed so much that when I went the descent down to Biratanti, my legs were shaking. I had 60 pounds, that was about half my weight at the time. Now it's about a third of my weight, but let's not go there. The full day on that ridge line, we met 2 groups who were mountaineers. One was a tragedy story on Dhaulagiri. There had been an avalanche. If I have it right, if I remember correctly, 5 Sherpas were killed and 2 of the 4 Americans. And I actually, at age 22, met the 2 surviving investment bankers from New York City who were sitting there reading a book and didn't want to talk a lot, understandably. And later, within an hour or 2 on the same ridgeline, met a group from Switzerland. And they had skis. And I said, tell me about this. I wasn't then yet a lawyer, but I knew how to ask lawyer-like questions. And they said, well, we came out of Switzerland, we came here, we came there, we came there. We followed that path, we hiked up Mount Dhaulagiri, we skied down the snow, and now we're headed back. I said, did you do any sightseeing along the way? And they were very polite and said, you Americans don't understand us Europeans. What we do is we go out for a day, hike up a mountain, ski down, and call it a day. I said, it's not a day. You spent weeks getting here, or at least days. And you spent days getting up to Dhaulagiri, and you're not doing any sightseeing, but that's the way the Europeans do it. So cross-cultural understandings. And thank you for the opportunity to speak for a few minutes. My last name is Hershey. I turned 77 in 10 days. Thank you.